they are still able to build such a, really it's worthwhile going to look at Bava. I'm not talking only about Bava, Ger and Belz, what the Belzer Rebbe did, but the Belzer Rebbe wasn't a person who himself suffered in the Holocaust the way the Bava Rebbe did and everything else, and he himself went to build it up. Belz only built itself really up after the war, and Ger Rebbe, well, he did suffer as well. I mean, Bava wasn't unique in this situation. There are lots of other Rebbes who built up organizations after the war. A lot of literature built up, Baron Kotler and other people who built up Yiddishkeit in America and everywhere else. Satmar Rebbe, after the Holocaust. I have a very interesting story from the Klosemer Rebbe once. I heard because the Rebbetzin is a cousin of my father's, and from Ungar, from the Neitre, and the Klosemer Rebbe, by the shiva, from a lady came into the Klosemer Rebbetzin with a pair of socks from the Rebbe. So she asked the lady, tell me, how did you get these socks? How have you got the socks from the Rebbe? She said, she told her story, and which is a moiridige story, and with this I will finish my whole point on this issue. She said, I was walking in Bergen-Belsen, you know, people think that we became free and straight away we went to America. America wouldn't let them in, and that's why Israel came about in 1948. Nobody had any door, all the doors were closed, and people still lived together, got married in Bergen-Belsen. And this lady walked around in Bergen-Belsen, the camp, after the Befreiung, after being freed, and they were still in the Bergen-Belsen camp, and she walked around with a dress, no socks on. So the book part the Klosemer Rebbe. So the Klosemer Rebbe took off his socks, and he said, Ich a Rebbe versahen Unsocken. Die a Jiddisch Kind, a Jiddisch Tochter, und sie gedeckte Fies, Unsocken als den Schanke Jiddisch Kind. And that kept her. That made a revival, that kept her zurück, to start off again, to wanting to keep mitzvahs, because all these people had forgotten how to keep mitzvahs. So many years in concentration, some were more than a year, the English were only about a year and a half, some were only months. But just imagine 6 months of a concentration camp, how you lose the whole grip of keeping Torah. And that started off again. And that's what we have to remember. We have to see, how do we get back to able to start again? That's not the important point in Yiddishkeit and the Holocaust and Tisha B'Av and everything else. That we are already 2,000 years. They say Napoleon went past once a shul, and in some way he was captured, and he saw it was Tisha B'Av, and the Yidden was sitting on the floor, and he asked, what's going on? And they said that they're crying on the destruction of at their temple, the Jewish people. So he asked, when did it happen? They answered, 2,000 years ago. People who can cry on a temple which was distracted 2,000 years is a proper people. That's what he answered, is something. That's what we have to know. We are not just crying on the temple which was distracted 2,000 years ago. We are too far away from that, and we don't really feel that kind of thing. But on the destruction which was in the Holocaust, we can cry because we still have people today here. But we have to also see the rehabilitation, again starting up of the Jewish people. That's the important point, that we are not going down, that we will not stay down, and that's what they can't stand. We will rebuild.